Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into the world of Generation Z. We're looking at their emerging culture, mostly through the lens of an article called Why Everyone Must Learn to Love Generation Z's New Culture, even if you don't understand it yet.
Right.
So our mission, basically, is to unpack what defines Gen Z culture, what are their key values, and why does it matter?
Yeah, whether you find it all a bit confusing or maybe inspiring, we're aiming for some clarity here.
Okay, so where do we start? What's the first big thing from the source?
Well, the absolute core seems to be authenticity. It really jumps out. Gen Z seems pretty allergic to overly polished stuff, the filters, both literal and figurative.
Okay, so
Yeah.
less about perfection, more about realness.
Exactly. Realness, transparency, emotional honesty, even owning flaws. It's valued.
Which makes sense, right? Maybe as a reaction to all that curated content we've seen for years online.
Precisely. It feels like a search for genuine connection, sort of pushing back against superficiality.
Okay. And does this authenticity connect to other areas, like their activism?
Definitely. It seems to fuel it. They're not just like vaguely aware of issues climate, mental health, social justice. They're actively involved.
Yep.
Protesting, campaigning online and off, boycotting, building platforms.
So it's a shift from just watching to actually, doing, shaping the future they want.
Yeah, active participation, not waiting around.
Right. Now, the article also highlights mental health. That seems huge for them.
It really is. There's this move away from toxic productivity, that whole idea that your worth is just your output.
Yeah, the hustle culture.
They're pushing back, prioritizing rest, therapy, boundaries, emotional balance. These aren't luxuries. They see them as essentials.
That's a pretty significant contrast to maybe how things were viewed before, isn't it? Where it was all about relentless work.
A major contrast. And they're navigating all this, of course, as total digital natives.
Right. Technology. It's not just something they use. It's like breathing for them.
And it's not just about scrolling. They're using it. Innovating with AI, digital art, exploring crypto, NFTs. It's seen as a tool for creation, for progress. Integrated.
Like crypto, for instance, just being another tool in the box aimed at maybe different financial systems.
Potentially, yeah. It's part of that broader tech fluency. It's building, not just consuming.
And that fluency must feed into their creativity, too.
Oh, absolutely. The creativity is incredibly diverse. TikToks, yes, but also activism itself, thrifted fashion, genre-bending music. They mix cultures, styles fearlessly. It's about personal expression, not just following tradition.
You really see that boundary-pushing spirit. Okay, and this connects to inclusion as well.
Very strongly. They have, a low tolerance for exclusionary systems. They're pretty quick to call out discrimination. And they'll support brands, movements, platforms that align with those values. Accountability is key.
So holding people and institutions to account, demanding real change, not just talk.
Exactly. Now, growing up through, quite a bit of global upheaval.
Yeah, they've seen a lot.
That seems to have built some serious adaptability, resilience.
Makes sense. Constant change fosters agility.
Right. They're quick learners, adaptable, able to turn sort of chaos into creativity sometimes. It's a strength.
A necessary one these days, maybe. And how does this adaptability affect, say, work, their careers?
It ties right in. They often seem to want purpose and balance over just a big paycheck or a traditional path.
So things like freelancing, content creation, remote work, starting their own thing. That's more appealing.
It often seems to be, yeah, seeking meaning, flexibility, redefining what success looks like in work.
Okay. And we have to mention their humor. It's distinctive.
It is. Often absurd, sarcastic, heavy on memes, irony, digital inside jokes. It functions partly as a coping mechanism, doesn't it? A way to process a really complex world.
Yeah, it looks like just jokes, but often there's something pretty sharp underneath, right?
Often, yeah. Intelligence beneath the absurdity.
So wrapping all this together, what's the big picture?
It really feels like a generation fundamentally questioning things, challenging traditions, established systems, education, gender roles, even basic etiquette.
There's a certain courage in that, isn't there? To not just accept things, but to try and rebuild.
Definitely.
Okay, so quick summary. We're seeing a focus on authenticity, real activism, prioritizing mental health, innovative tech use, diverse creativity, demands for inclusion, adaptability, reshaping work, unique humor, and challenging norms.
Pretty much. And the article's point really is that understanding this culture, even if it feels alien, is about growth, recognizing the potential positive impact they're having.
Right. It's not about liking every meme, but appreciating the underlying shifts. So a final thought for you, our listener. Which part of this Gen Z culture actually resonates most with you? And how do you think its influence might shape the future you experience?